How's it going, guys? I wanted to do in picture for today's, but I got a bunch of people running in and out the house today. I got someone coming over to fix my iPod. I got gas, electric, and or water people that are going to come in and mark, the property with all this stuff. So it's just going to be too many people, too many interruptions. I figured this would be the easiest way to get a game going on for you guys. But, to make up for it, I got a good one. It's a UU match against BattleNoob, and we'll just jump right into it. He's going to lead off with an Amber Palm. I'm going to go ahead and lead off with Arcanine. Now, it seems kind of silly that I would stay in and eat the fake out, but the thing is I want to nail this Ambipom before it leaves in case, he's going to U-turn or anything like that. So after the Intimidate, I don't really take that fake out as good as I thought I would, because I thought maybe, he might have been Sash or anything like that, but, Life Orb Ambipom is a popular thing, so I nail him on the way out, which is probably going to be one of the only opportunities I get to do it. As he goes for the U-turn, if he attacked me with anything else, that probably would have been unfortunate, but, getting his scouting going on / switch initiative, that works out for him. But he goes into Togekiss right now. Now, I don't know what kind of Togekiss this is, so I just kind of stay in and, try to go for the Wild Charge. If it ends up being faster than me, I think the only way it can be faster than an Adamant Arcanine is if it's Scarfed anyway. I could be wrong. I think Timid Togekiss and Adamant Arcanine are kind of in the same neighborhood of speeds, so one might be higher than the other, but I was pretty confident, that if he was Scarfed, I would know in that moment, but it turns out he's Life Orb, that's all that really matters, because he ends up, double downing. So I'm going to send in my thing with my priority. He also has something else with priority. He has a lot of priority users on this team, which is, it's nice that I have Weavile around, especially because I'm going to win the first speed tie and go ahead and go for the fake out. Does a pretty good chunk of damage, just a little bit of extra damage. And I win the second speed tie as well, which is really unfortunate for him. But since he does have a Hitmontop, Weavile is not really going to get to do much anyway until I see that thing gone. But his Weavile's out of the way, which really does kind of help me a little bit. And he brings in his Ambipom. Fake out is +3 priority as opposed to Ice Shard's +1. So I'm going to switch out to Miss Magius now and take that. Miss Magius. I kind of want to say Magius, like Mage, Magic. I've heard people pronounce Miss Magius, though. It's kind of weird. Anyways, he goes for the Pursuit. I kind of figured he might have that, so I didn't want to switch out immediately after. I just kind of stay and go for the Hidden Power Fighting, even though it's, it's like no damage whatsoever. I might as well just kill him off right now, so. What happens next? I have not watched this match in a while. Okay, Jolteon's going to come in, I believe, go for a Specs T-Bolt or something like that. I don't see Recoil after this turn, so he's not Life Orb. I kind of just leave it in just to see what he's going to do, and, in case he wants to be some weird sub thing, then I can nail him with the Shadow Ball. But I bring in Sawsbuck right now, kind of lets him know, hey, well, it doesn't let him know anything. It's just like, oh, he's locked in on T-Bolt, I think, so he just kind of switches out to Hitmontop. That, or he just thought Hitmontop could handle it better. I really don't know anything about that Jolteon at this point, but I don't want to stay in for Hitmontop, so I decided to go out into my Suicune. Suicune is probably one of the best things to handle Hitmontop. I can take fake outs, I can take mock punches, I can take a couple close combats. He's got bulk up though, which, shows me he's definitely a more offensive one as opposed to, well, a slower offensive one as opposed to a, a tech top. So he's got, I don't know, I don't really see, well, he has Intimidate, so that's his choice. But he's got bulk up and high jump kick, which is interesting, he's not running, I don't think he's running priority on this thing. I haven't seen any. But he has bulk up, high jump kick, and that kind of hurts a lot. I don't know why he goes for the Sucker Punch here. Probably just to nail some more damage on me. But I'm pretty sure that if he went for the high jump kick next and then had gone for a couple of Sucker Punches, this would have worked out better because the Scald 30% does come into play. And I do manage to nail a burn on him, which, essentially just kind of fucks him up for the rest of the game. But I was aiming for that because that is what Suicune does. It just rains on Hitmontop's day. Now, in comes this P2, and I have a lot of trouble with this thing. You would be surprised, because I don't really have anything that can take this thing on. I mean, I go for a Scald, and hopefully I can get a burn on it. That would be nice to get some effects going, and I do. I mean, I'm not really remembering this portion of the game at all. All I remember is that this P2 just hangs on for a long-ass time. So, I guess I just stay in to take the Toxic. I don't really know why. I guess I kind of wanted to gauge what kind of conditions. Oh, I went for the Roar, because I didn't want him in there. That makes sense to me, but I roam into Jolteon, so that kind of sucks. I also didn't know going back to the P2, I didn't know what kind of conditions he had. I've seen some that run dual status, I've seen some that run just Thunder Wave, I've seen some that run just, Toxic or whatever. But he's going to go for a Hidden Power. I think that's probably Ice, over-predicting and probably thinking that my Sawsbuck is going to come in there. Kind of cost him right there, because he could have just, gone for a maybe a Specs T-Bolt, I still don't really know, but he switches out right after, which definitely tells me he's choice now. or he just wants his Porygon to eat it. I'm still really thinking he's choiced, you know, that kind of makes sense to me that he'd switch out immediately after, instead of going for a T-Bolt on the spot. But I'm just kind of like, you know what, I'm Suicune, I already took down Hitmontop, or not necessarily took it down, but I crippled it, and that's really the only use I'm going to get out of it, so it's just Suicune versus P2. I don't know why I didn't speed this up, to be completely honest. But I'm going to hit him with a Scald just to get some damage off. I think he just T-bolts right now. Now, I'm glad that he does this instead of recovering, because I would have died from Toxic next turn anyway. So recover for him would have been the smarter turn, but it leaves him a little more vulnerable in terms of me being able to take him out. So I'm going to go into my my Weavile, you know, go for a Fake Out and Ice Shard combination and actually hope that works. But he knows what I'm up to, because Fake Out will rack up some burn damage as well. And he goes into Hitmontop instead, you know, to get the Intimidate going on. Now, I have a burn on this thing too, so it'll still rack up the same way. But I don't know, his leftovers are going to buffer it a little bit more, as opposed to P2 not having any of that. And I'm kind of shaky as to whether or not an Ice Shard is going to take him out from that range, so I just decided to go into my my Sigilyph. Now, the problem with the Sigilyph is that I have Psychic on it instead of Stored Power. I really don't know why, but if you guys saw my video on Mosh Pit or on Zed's channel, it kind of operates the same way that Masharna does. And I know there's a bunch of popular sets like the Psycho Shifting set and whatnot. Turns out this guy actually has Stone Edge. I didn't know what else he was going to run on the set, but because he's burned, it doesn't hurt too bad. I do have Roost. It's probably one of my more reliable forms of recovery, as opposed to, Rest on Masharna. I also have, this thing has Magic Guard, so it kind of works better than Masharna does, but I don't think it really has access to Barrier. I could be wrong, but I kind of like just, dual attacking with Stored Power and Air Slash, and then, just boosting up with Calm Minds. It works out okay. So, why did I not speed this portion up? It's just a lot of things dying to burn damage and stuff, so, okay. Now he dies. Now, I don't know how I'm going to handle Porygon 2. I don't know why did I not speed this up? I just, dumped this in the Vegas, and I was like, you know what, we're just going to do it from here, even though it looks like it's a real pain in the ass. But I'm going to go for Psychic. It almost takes it out, you guys. If that was Stored Power, I'm thinking it would have taken it out, and that's a little disappointing. Because I think I've fixed it since then, don't worry about it. But right now, it's just like, oh, he was almost dead. Don't do this to me. So, I set up some more Calm Minds, because that's what I do. Honestly, why did I not fucking speed this up? How much left is in this video? I know this is so unprofessional right now, but I'm just like, oh, I do not want to re-render this. I have things to be doing in a little bit. But more Calm Minding, more trying to take this thing out. I'm kind of just hoping I can get it into a decent range to the point where Fake Out Ice Shard will kill off, because I think this actually is his last one. But I got a good amount of Calm Minds up to the point where Ice Beam isn't actually hurting him, and it looks like he doesn't have Thunder Wave. So he decides to switch out, goes into his Jolteon. Now this is going to be a problem, because I don't know how well I'm going to take a Specs T-Volt or a Volt Switch or anything like that. He's going to do that just to get some damage off on me. But I am at full with 2 or 3 Calm Minds under my belt. I'm thinking I can take one not that well, because it is Stab and it's from a Jolteon. Jolteon's not the most potent hitter, but I do have a lot of boosts. And I barely live it, but I do get the paralysis off of that T-Bolt. Kind of unfortunate, but at least I'm able to take out the Jolteon, which is probably one of the main threats to my Weavile, because I don't think I could take it out from full health. I'd have to do some switching back and forth. I think all I have right now is my my Sigilyph and my Weavile. So in comes his Porygon 2 again. I still have my boost, but I'm paralyzed now, and he has the Magic Guard now that he came in and traced it. So he's not taking burn damage, and that just makes my job way harder, guys. I cannot even. So actually, you know what? I have my Sauce Bug. I totally forgot about that. I was like, how did I even handle this? But I'm going to set up a Swords Dance knowing I should be able to take one Ice Beam. It's not Stab. He didn't get the download boost or anything like that. He's more than likely running a defensive set, because that's what people do. And I take it okay, and I'm thinking I want to go for the Horn Leech here so I can, try to 2-hit KO him and get some health back in the process. But thinking about it, if I just went for Double Edge, this probably would have been over by now. So I'm just making it way harder on myself. But he's at the red health to the point where, it was kind of iffy as to whether or not that last Ice Beam would have killed looking at the damage from earlier. But I can bring in Weavile and most definitely take it out with a Fake Out Ice Shard, even though, the Magic Guard is not in place. That was kind of a pain in the ass. I also had another scenario. I don't know if I uploaded, but I gave a P2 Prankster. That was hell. I hated that, but I don't think I go for Fake Out Ice Shard. I go for Fake Out Night Slash. Duh, why would I go for fucking whatever? Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this game. If you did, feel free to leave a like, rating, comment, subscribe, do your thing. I don't know if and when I'm actually going to have the tournament video up. I have not worked on it / updated the brackets yet. So if you're watching this, you know, you still got your opportunity. I'm probably going to upload round 2 bracket video later tonight because I ended up being a little bit busier than I thought. So I guess, you know, stay on the lookout for that. Not really anything else to talk about, so I will see you guys tomorrow.